Hi everybody, today's video is going to be on a layout that I did probably like right at the end of August. It was part of the challenge for Scrapbooking with Me Boutique, and I wanted to create a summer layout. So I took one of the papers from Blue Fern, and right here I've already glued it down to a 12 by 12 piece of chipboard, and I put clear gesso all over the page, and I did that so that way when I use my sprays and stuff like that, like you'll still be able to see some of the actual paper underneath. So right here I'm using a Clarity stencil. It's with the squares and embossing paste, and I'm just creating this pattern in spots, you know, all over the page itself. And I'm taking my heat tool here now, and I am just trying to dry it as quickly as I can, but not make it bubble, because you know, if you overheat embossing paste, sometimes you get like extra bubbles and stuff like that, and that's not what I was trying to do. But I wanted to try and dry it sooner rather than later. So once I had it somewhat dry, I decided to grab the Blue Bunny spray, the Bow Bunny. Oh my goodness. This is Tea Stain, and once again, it's the one that I got from my friend Leda, and I'm still trying to get used to using it. I wanted to spray, and then I was also trying to do droplets at the same time. So I'm spraying, and then I'm trying to squeeze just a little bit for it to, you know, have a few of the drops. And I don't know why I was calling this Bow Bunny or Blue Bunny. Lord help me. This is the Prima Color Blooms, the Tea Stain. And that other color I was showing you, I had wanted to put a dark color droplet, but I couldn't figure out what color I wanted. So I moved on, and I wanted to put this strip of burlap that I had down on the card, and I just squeezed a bunch of glue and laid it down so that way I could get that attached as soon as possible. And this is a wooden chipboard piece from, I have it right here, Documented Faith, and it's an Adorn It wood shapes, and it says Pray Brave Prayers. And what I did was I took the wood and I pressed my Versamark pad all over the front, and then I heat embossed it. And you can see here I'm laying down different color flowers, trying to figure out, you know, how I wanted the layout to go. With my focal point, instead of it being a picture, I wanted it to be the sentiment or the statement. So I'm just laying stuff around, figuring out where I want to lay it, and then I pull it up just so that I can start getting some of the items glued down. And I decided to glue the flowers down on one side and then lay down the Pray Brave Prayers, and then do the other side. Just so that way I have one spot, you know, I have it down exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to lay it back down the words here and figure out exactly where I want them, so that way I know where to then attach these flowers. And these yellow ones are actually from Petaloo, and they're super cute. They were so tiny, and I just put a little bit of glue. Some of the flowers I put the glue right on the board and then glued it down, and then some of them I put a little bit on the back side and then pressed it down. And then I decided that I wanted to add that metal butterfly, and I knew I wanted to use these wood pieces. They're like flat pearls, or you know, the flat back diamonds or gemstones, but they're in a wood finish. So I'm laying those kind of around. And then for the next part, I decided that I was going to use some of the Nuvo droplets, and I realized as I'm laying some of them down, it's almost too light. They looked nice, but they just weren't dark enough. Like, I was really wanting some dark blue or just something to make it, you know, stand out a little bit more. So I have the alcohol ink from Ranger, the refill. This one is called Sailboat Blue. And what I did is I squeezed it onto my, I did it two different ways. I put it into a spritzer, which is what I was using right there. And it gave me a few droplets and like a little bit of spraying, but it then clogged up. I think it was an old little spritzer that I had. So I wound up having to put that to the side. So I grabbed one of my blocks, one of my stamp blocks, and I poured the ink right on top of that. And then I'm using a toothbrush to brush it basically onto the project. And what I'm hoping it's going to do is put a few more dark droplets and give me a little bit more of a darker splatter. So once I was done with that, I tried to clean off my block really quick because I didn't want to leave that ink, you know, that alcohol ink on there, because it would have stained it. So after I did that, I decided that I wanted to use some of these clear drops that I have. So I laid them all out, and then I decided to go ahead and use the glossy accents to put them down. So they look like water droplets all over the layout as well. So you have the wooden ones, and then we're also doing the clear ones. And I just really think the clear finished it off. It was like the last little piece that was missing. And I'm just taking the glossy accents and squeezing a little drop, and then pressing and holding the clear droplet down on it. And these ones were a lot bigger than I was thinking about using, but what I decided to do was I grabbed my clear droplets that I've used before in previous videos. They're a little bit smaller ones. They're like the 4mm and the 6mm, and I put those on top of the actual saying itself, so it looks like, you know, the droplets are all over and not just around it. And then we're just laying it down flat. And there you have, you know, a really pretty accent with those water droplets. I really do like those. So thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this layout. I'm starting, like I said, I like doing these, but it takes me a while to get an idea in my head because I'm just not used to doing them. You know what I mean? So this is fun. If you guys like this, if you'd like to see more of this, you can just leave a comment down below, and I'll be glad to, you know, look into doing more videos like this. Thanks. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great day.